What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. The Portland Trailblazers acquired Deni Avdija in the offseason, very close to the NBA draft, and he has been an amazing addition to the Blazers, to say the least. He was really starting to show promise in Washington, but I think it's taken a whole nother jump in Portland. We just did a video yesterday where we made AJ Johnson the star for the Wizards. I want to do that same exact video here with my Portland Trailblazers, because I feel like there's actually a chance that this could happen. So let's go ahead and jump in and do a Deni Avdija becoming the superstar of the Blazers Rebuild NBA 2K25. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. YouTube tells me about 56% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed. So if you do fall into that, want to change that, that'd be greatly appreciated as we're on the road to 50,000 subs. Now, there was a brief moment that the Blazers felt like they were about to go on a run to make the play-in tournament, but I think with the back-to-back losses, I think that dream is dead and over. I'm recording this ahead of playing the Atlanta Hawks. I don't think they're mathematically eliminated yet, but I have a feeling it's probably more than likely not going to happen. So, looking at this Blazers roster, we kind of already know what is on, this team. We did a Blazers rebuild not that long ago, basically, but Deni Avdija, I've never made him become like the superstar of the team, right? He's always been just kind of like a two-way wing for us, which feels good to have, obviously. But what if he became like the 20 to 25 point per game scorer for the Blazers in the future? Could that be possible? I think honestly think it's not out of the realm. It's not crazy to say that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So obviously we're going to simulate the rest of year one. We're not expecting him to blossom right now. The season's almost over, but come next season, I want to make it to where Deni Avdija is the #1 option, and maybe he can even have like an all-star run or something, because I definitely think that could be possible. Another great thing about Deni Avdija is he's on one of the best contracts in the NBA. His money regresses, and he's going to be making $12 million at the end of his contract, which is just insane in today's NBA. But let's go ahead. Went to the end of year one. We'll see how we finish out. Obviously, we'll have a lottery pick, and then we can go from there. I'm not even going to cut here because obviously there's like 2 games left in the season after this. So I'm just going to leave the rotation as is, and we'll see what kind of pick we get in the offseason. But we obviously aren't going to make the playoffs or the play-in. Scoot Henderson does win 6th Man of the Year, though, which is great. I know the last time I did the Blazers rebuild, I ended up trading Scoot Henderson, and then I drafted Dylan Harper. I don't know if we'll get that lucky today as far as getting a top 3 pick. But here's your All-NBA team. So All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, All-NBA third, All-Defensive first team, All-Defensive second team, All-Rookie teams, All-Rookie second team. So we do get Donovan Clingan, which is nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and submit the playoffs since we are not here, and we'll go on to see who wins the championship. We got, I thought the Lakers were about to make it to the finals, but they unfortunately fall to the Mavericks. So it's Knicks and Wolves, and the Knicks go on to win it all. Karl-Anthony Towns is your finals MVP. So here are your retirements, and someone's been getting very upset with me for making sure LeBron doesn't retire, but he's not going to play one more season. That's the only guy I mess with. So if you're listening to the video, the guy that gets upset about me overriding retirements, I literally only do LeBron one time. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Didn't need to be addressed, but I did it anyway. But let's go ahead and see what the lottery looks like for us. So 8th overall pick, 5% chance at jumping up. I'm kind of hoping we don't get lucky, funny enough, because I really don't want a flag, Ace Bailey, or Dylan Harper, funny enough. So we don't get lucky. We actually stay at 9 and actually fell down quite a bit. So Jazz, Hornets, and then Nets, and then the Rockets. Wow. So looks like the Suns pick jumped up and lucked out for the Rockets. Good for them. All right, so staff signing. So Chauncey Billups, I do believe this could be his final season coaching in Portland, but I don't know that for a fact. Now, unfortunately, firing him right now kind of sucks because there just isn't usually good candidates right now sitting here. Although you could say that obviously Taylor Jenkins was fired in real life, so we could go after Taylor Jenkins, but I did have him in yesterday's video. So as much as I hate to say it, I'm going to keep Chauncey Billups one more season, even though I don't really want to, but we'll keep him one more time. So that's it, because there's just not good candidates right now. So on draft night, as I mentioned, we're picking number 9. So if you really look at what position we should probably be addressing, I mean, we like our forwards with Deni, Avdija, and Toumani Camara, obviously. Clingan, Robert Williams, DeAndre, and obviously this is going to be freed up a little bit, but Clingan's definitely our future center, whether he's a backup or a starter. He does develop into a guy that could become the starter in 2K, so probably will be a big part of what we do. So I really don't think there's a position that's off limits. So let's just go ahead and see what the best player available is. So Flag goes to Utah, Ace Bailey to Charlotte, Caspers to Brooklyn, Edgecombe to Houston, and then Dylan Harper to Washington. So they actually lucked out. Harper falling all the way to 5. Trey Johnson to OKC. Man, I don't wait. Did Edgecombe already go? I think he did, right? Yeah, he did. I was about to say I really didn't want to draft VJ Edgecombe because I just had him in yesterday's video, but he already went, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, so we have Derek Queen, Carter Bryant, Liam McNeely. We do have Kadeem Maluak, who I just had in yesterday's video as well. But man, him and Klingon as a center rotation sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I do think that's where I'm gonna go. Even though I had him in yesterday's video, we also were able to draft VJ Edgecombe, but Maluak would be more of a focus, and he would be paired with. Yeah, I like it too much, man. I'm going with Kadeem Maluak here. We could have taken Derek Queen too, but I think Maluak gives us kind of another skill set we don't have with Donovan Klingon. So welcome to the Portland Trailblazers, Maluak, and we'll sign him our only pick here. And we have Shaden Sharp will accept, Scoot will accept, Chris Murray, Ryan Repair, and then Thibault, of course, accepts his player option. So yeah, he's back as well. Qualifying offers, Jabari Walker, free agent. I don't mind if he comes back. And then for for free agency, if I can clear my damn throat, we got Champagne as a free agent, Jabari Walker. But I don't think I'll be doing anything in free agency. The main things I obviously need to do is make trades. This is the thing I always have to do when it comes to rebuilding the Blazers, is trying to get rid of like Grant and some other options here. So we obviously have a big logjam at center now. So more than likely, Robert Williams needs to go. This will be DeAndre Ayton's last season, probably as a Blazer. Maybe we trade him at the deadline to give Maluak more opportunity. Anthony could probably go. So I think the two guys I mainly want to trade right now is definitely going to be Robert Williams and Anthony Simons, and then we'll trade probably Grant and Ayton potentially at the deadline. So that's the plan. Let's go ahead and start with the Anthony Simons trade. My challenge to myself is to not trade him to Orlando like I always do, but we'll see if I can find something else. The challenge ends up being successful. We're going to send him to Detroit for a 2026 lottery protected pick. Turns into unprotected in 2027 if, you know, of course, they make the lottery in 2026. We get Tobias Harris's expiring contract, but Anthony Simons could be an intriguing player for the Pistons. Like I said, just wanted to trade him somewhere other than the freaking Magic all the time. So that will be the first thing we do. And now for Robert Williams. Robert Williams, let's go ahead and move you out of here as well. But Tobias Harris will make the rotation probably, which makes Jabari Walker, I guess, someone we can let go if we wanted to. So as far as, you know, who we could trade for, I mean, again, I don't expect Robert Williams to go for much in real life. So we got Clowney in a second, but it needs to be he needs to go to a team that makes sense. That would obviously could use a guy like him. So immediately, of course, I do think it's the Lakers who could use some big men. So they want to give me Connect, which I think is just not realistic at all, as cool as that would be. I think I've done this quite often, but again, it just makes so much sense. They don't even have a second round pick to give me, so never mind. I think I ran into that problem last time. So Chicago was giving me some interesting offers. Is there any other team? I guess you have the Clippers who could give me, I'm just looking for an expiring contract more than likely. The Georgia Snang from Atlanta, but I don't know. Is Atlanta going to be in the market for trying to get better? Who knows what they're about to do this offseason? Utah doesn't make any sense. Sacramento could make sense. We could get Keegan Murray. Just kidding. Joseph Valanciunas, not really seeing anything that I like so far. Mitchell Robinson, the Lakers made a ton of sense. Just can't find anything there. Slowly but surely we're going to figure this out. I guess the Pacers could maybe use him. They try to give me, we could go Obi Toppin. Then there's Olynyk from New Orleans. I guess we could take Kelly Olynyk off New Orleans if they wanted Robert Williams. They don't have a second round pick either. Dude, why the hell is this so complicated right now? Give me 1 second. I'm going to find this. This shouldn't be hard, but it is so far. So apparently the Grizzlies can just absorb Robert Williams. I'm not sure why. Maybe they have a trade exception or something, but I'm going to send him there for 3 seconds. So that's all I'm really looking to get. And we get 3 second round picks for Robert Williams. So I don't even have to take a player back, which is pretty awesome. So that is all taken care of. And now we pretty much have a full rotation at the moment. So that took a little bit longer than I wanted it to. But the only thing I guess I'm going to do now is I'm going to move Thibault to shooting guard, even though he's going to regress, which is fine. But I'm actually okay with being really bad again next year, although, like, we do have some talent that maybe could push us over the top. But Jabari Walker, I don't think I'm going to bring him back either, or Banton. I think I'm going to pretty much renounce everybody here. We also have a new trade exception, Robert Williams, but I'm going to let all those guys walk, and then let's just go to player progression. So, player progression, Deni Avdija, that's what I wanted. 89 overall, Deni Avdija. So, I'm going to give him a very high shot since next year. Shaden Sharp is up, and Scoot is up as well. Ayton is up, and then Klingon is up. You do have Tobias Harris and Jeremy Grant regressing, which makes a lot of sense. Grant and also Ayton are two guys I want to try to move at the deadline, but we'll see if we succeed in doing that. I will see you guys in the rotation going into year number 1. The power rank has a 16th overall, which isn't too bad. And honestly, this team is pretty competitive for the most part. I mean, 32 wins or whatever the Blazers will end with isn't horrible. So I guess we're going to leave this at perimeter centric, and they do want to start Donovan Clingan, which I'm not opposed to if that's what they want to do. Sure. So Chauncey, like I said, this is probably going to be last year coaching as a Blazer, unless if he just really impresses me in the simulation here. The 3.5 proficiency, and then here is your rotation. So it's Deni, Avdija, Toumani Camara, DeAndre, Donovan Clingan, Tobias Harris, Jeremy Grant, and then Holiday and Chris Murray, and then Maluwak. So Aaron Holiday, no thank you. I'd rather give these minutes to Maluwak, even though we don't need necessarily this many minutes going to a backup center, but I'm going to do it anyway. So we obviously have Ayton still as well, but now they're putting Clingan back, or they're putting Ayton back in, which is fine. So Scoot, Sharp, Avdija, Kamara, Ayton, that feels fine to me. I know Kamara will go up at small forward, but Deni, Avdija will regress, which is annoying. How much will he go down if we move to power forward? He goes down 1. That's fine. We could do that. So Deni, Avdija is going to go to power forward, and Kamara will go up 1 overall. So nothing crazy, but still we'll do it. So that'll be what we rock with. And again, I just got to give Aaron Holiday no minutes, and again Maluwak minutes. And then the last thing I need to look at is the shot tendency for Deni, Avdija. So shot tendency now, I need this to be higher. So we're going to push this up quite a bit because I want Deni, Avdija, like I said, to score 20 points per game for sure. So we're going to give him a very high touch tendency. Sharps is 69. Scoots is just something like that. Something along the lines of that. So I will see you guys probably at the deadline. Like I said, I still want to trade Ayton and Jeremy Grant. So we'll see if we can get rid of those contracts at the deadline. It won't be easy realistically, but we'll see if we can maybe figure something out. And I'm not even sure how the season's going to go. I think a play-in appearance is definitely possible, but we shall see. I think the first trade we're going to be doing with the Los Angeles Lakers are going to be sending them DeAndre in for Rui and Gabe Vincent. The reason why we like this trade is because these are 2 expiring contracts, and obviously Aiden's an expiring 2. But I want to see if I could just get something for him before we just obviously, and then, you know, resigning Rui Hachimura wouldn't be the worst thing in the world either if we keep him around. Gabe Vincent will obviously have no affiliation in staying here, but could we pick up an extra first for Aiden services? They want Matisse Thybulle. Yeah, you can have Matisse Thybulle as well. So we're going to get an unprotected 2030 pick for Aiden Thybulle. Reduce in a second. We get Maxi Kleba, who I also believe is an expiring, if I'm not mistaken. Even if, yeah, it's expiring. So 3 expiring contracts. Might sign Rui Hachimura back, but we get an unprotected 2030. Sign me up for that. First trade down the hatch. Love that a lot. Or as far as, you know, at the deadline trade anyway. They have Kamara now on the bench for whatever reason, so we'll have to fix that in a second. But now it's time to see if we can't get anything for Jeremy Grant. So what kind of season is he having right now? So he's averaging 10 points per game. Oh my gosh. How the hell? Dude, no one's trading for your services right now. Who the hell would want that contract? And that's what you're putting in. You're shooting 28% from 3. I'm going to have to give up a first to get rid of you probably. So let's see if anybody's willing to oblige to the idea of acquiring Jeremy Grant. We could take Paul George's bad contract, and those are the only offers. We can get Kuzma. We send Chris Murray. We get Kuzma's now. We might just have to hang on to Jeremy Grant because I'm not taking Paul George's contract, and I'm not taking Drew Holiday's. So yeah, I'm not surprised that the offers suck at the deadline. Jeremy Grant is a horrible player right now, so that sucks. But Kamara is still going to start over Jeremy Grant. So something like that. And now we'll move Kamara, and then we'll move Avdija, and then Sharp. Okay, something like that. All right. So similar like the rest of the season, Maluwak still needs minutes over, I guess, Aaron Holiday. So we'll give these to Maluwak, and I will see you guys at the end of year 1. But all the guys I wanted to trade, other than obviously Jeremy Grant, are gone now. We'll see how the rest of the season goes with some of those guys being moved out of here. So unfortunately, I did expect a much better season, but that was not what happened. Scoot did win most improved player, averaging 20 and 6, which is great. So I'm happy to have seen him make some progress. But here's all offensive first team, all defensive second. So we don't get like Deni, Avdija on any of the All-NBA teams. We'll have to see how he did as a number 1 option. Maluwak was your all-rookie second team, but we did not make the play-in or the playoffs, unfortunately. So here were your player stats. So yeah, that's what I want to see. 25.5 from Deni, Avdija. And then 20 and 6 from Scoot Henderson. So that feels pretty good. Efficiency-wise, Deni was really good as well. So that's awesome. And then Shaedon Sharp with 15, and Grant, we saw at the stats at the deadline, they were horrible. And Tobias Harris, 9 points. But some of these guys will obviously be gone in the offseason. So let's once again see who goes on to win the championship. And then we'll have more guys out of here that we don't want here. So the Knicks, Mavericks, are the Knicks going to go back-to-back? And they do. So the Knicks have won back-to-back championships. Cat won the Finals MVP last year. This time it goes to Brunson. And now for the draft lottery, because we'll have another good pick here. So we're projected the 4th overall selection. And that that Detroit pick we got for Simons is actually here too. Now it's protected this year. We'll get a 2027 unprotected next year from Detroit, which is awesome. So obviously we'll see how they do. But let's see if our pick stays in the top 4 or not. And it actually ends up at pick 2. Awesome. Love it. So Hornets won, and we get to pick number 2 overall. So Agent DeBanza was pretty close for us, which would have been awesome. But we also could take Boozer, which sounds like a ton of fun. So you low-key could go with a Kamara, Boozer, Avdija starting guard through power forward. I love that a lot. So we'll see. I don't know. It all depends, though. Staff signing. Chauncey, like I said, this was his last year being here, and I'm glad to have, let him go. So now we can go Missoula or Will Hardy or whatever you can go. But I'm going to go for Missoula. I'm going to go for Jason Kidd. What else we got? Okay, so we pretty much have Atkinson, Will Hardy. So I'm going to go after Kenny Atkinson as well. Give him an offer. And then anybody else? Jason Kidd actually, Jason Kidd actually has some pretty good. Okay, let's give Jason Kidd an offer too. So none of them are going to accept, really? Wow, I'm surprised by that. So I thought we had a really good job here, but maybe I'm highly mistaken. So we do have Alexander or Marion, which we were running perimeter centric last year. So I guess either one of these guys would make sense. So I guess we're going to go for B. Alexander instead. He's got a 4-star offense, 2-star defense. So welcome to Portland. Missed out on all the real head coaches, unfortunately. Had to fix a couple draft picks like usual, but we're going to be picking number 2 overall, and we get to walk away with either Boozer or DeBanza, so that's pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and see who goes number 1 overall. It will be DeBanza, so we walk away with Boozer instead, which isn't horrible and nothing to complain about, so this will make our rotation very interesting, on what we decide to do. So Boozer, welcome to Portland. And then do we have another first? No, just a second round pick. So I'll let the assistant GM take care of that one. So DeBanza, Boozer, and then Peterson went 3. Caleb Wilson, Koa Pete, Nate, and that is your draft. So Ellis and Humphreys were drafted for us too. I will sign both of them, but obviously not really sure how much of an impact they'll make. Chris Murray, I will go ahead and accept the team option on him. And then qualifying offer, Shaden Sharp, Ryan Repair are both free agents. Have an interest in bringing both of them back. Sharp might be playing a bench role this year potentially, which I don't hate the idea of. And then we got to figure out if we want to resign Rui as well, who's wanting $18 million per year. So Scoot Henderson, and then what I think is going to happen, we probably are going to end up moving Kamara to the 2-guard spot, and then we'll have a Kamara Sharp rotation, and then maybe Sharp comes off the bench. We'll see, though. Deni Avdija will move to the 3 once again, and then Kling and Maluak. I like that a lot. And then Boozer will start at the 4 because we know how much he can develop. So we'll move out. I know Kamara probably, yeah, he goes down 2 overall, which is kind of goofy. I hate how when you move positions, sometimes it goes down. But I'm probably going to move him there and keep him at 83 overall here in just a little bit. But I'll move Deni Avdija back to back to small forward, and we'll move Kamara to the 2-guard in just a second. And then I still want to try to get rid of this guy, but I don't know if there's going to be any offers. So let's see if there's any offers for Grant, or we're just going to have to keep him on the bench and he's not going to play at all. We'll see. So Atlanta's trying to do me a favor, but I do want to be realistic about this. Like, I don't know if anybody's just going to want to take his contract in full. So honestly, we might just have to let Grant rot here on the bench, which I don't hate the idea of. Maybe he's just out of the rotation entirely, but his contract is so horrible, man. It's just aged so badly. They had a chance to get rid of him. They didn't, so that is they're on them, obviously. Okay, so Rui, if we could resign Rui Hachimura, move him to the 3, which I don't hate the idea of. So I think that's the only guy other than, obviously, Sharp too. But I think I am going to give Rui a 2-year deal at least. So we're going to give Rui a 2-year deal. And we'll give Sharp a 5-year deal to keep him on the Blazers as well. So Rui, Sharp, and then probably going to bring back Ryan Repair for young depth. So doesn't want too much money. I'll give him a 3-year deal, and that will be all we do. So that looks pretty good. We're not going to do anything else in free agency. And let's go to player progression and see how much more guys develop. So we now have Deni staying at a 90, but we have Scoot 87, Sharp 86. You have Kamara 83, 81 Maluak. So him and Kling are going to be our new center rotation next year. Grant has obviously regressed to a 76 overall, which is why we re-signed Rui Hachimura in first place. But I'll show you guys what I'm kind of thinking when it comes to rotation here in just a second. So here's what I'm thinking for the rotation this season. So we're going to go Scoot Henderson, Tamani Kamara, Deni Avdija, Cameron Boozer, Donovan Clingan, and Shaden Sharp as the 6th man. So Sharp's going to be the guy that gives us a scoring punch off the bench. He's obviously making a ton of money for that role. And I hate to put him on the bench, obviously, because I love Shaden Sharp. But just for this video, where we have plenty of defense in the rotation, that's kind of what I want to rock with, I guess. Although you could argue we could do it in other ways. I moved Grant to power forward, so he'd regress down to 74 overall. He's not in the rotation at all. So that is, what I wanted, I guess. But shot tendencies once again. So we do have, you know, Avdija's is really high. Sharps is really, or Scoots is pretty decent, and then Sharps is pretty good off the bench as well. And Boozer will have a good one too as a rookie. So power ranking is 10th overall, 3.5 proficiency. So obviously expectations are high this season, and we're hoping to probably make the playoffs. I think I want to make the playoffs this year. I'm not worried about a play-in tournament. I want to actually make it, so we'll see if that happens. So far, we're not off to the best start for that, but hopefully things will turn around and we go on a nice win streak and we'll be above 500 and we'll be in the playoffs, but we shall see. So at the end of year number 3, Shay's your MVP. Boozer does win Rookie of the Year, so he makes an impact right out of the gate, which is awesome. Josh Giddey, 6th man, Wim defensive player, Liam McNeely, most improved, and Kay's your clutch player, and Mark is your coach of the year. So here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, and All-NBA third team. So no Blazers representatives, unfortunately. All defensive first team and all defensive second team, and all rookie first team. We get Boozer making it, which makes sense. And here's our all rookie second team. And we ended up making the playoffs as a 5th seed. So that is what we wanted to see as we finished up at 48 and 34, which is awesome. So now for the player stats, we had 25 from Deni Avdija, averaging 7 and 5 alongside that. We had 20 off the bench from Shaedon Sharpe, 22 and 6 from Scoot, and then 17, 7 and 5 from Boozer. Blue Lock with 9 and 6, 8 from Kamara, 6 and 10 from Donovan Clingan. So really good stuff. Sharpe, honestly, I'm surprised he didn't get a 6-man nod. That sucks because he was obviously playing a big role at that 6-man spot, but whatever. Draw New Orleans in round 1. So let's see if we are able to win a playoff series. So we get to deal with Murray, Trey Murphy, Zion, Herb Jones, Missy, Igor, Isaiah Jackson, Jordan Hawkins, and Karla Makovich. So we shall see. I feel like we have the talent to win a series, but I'm not sure if we have a championship caliber team just yet. I think with more development that will come with time. But let's see how this goes. So many curve round against New Orleans, and we will go up 3-1. So we can close them out in 5 and 6. Yes, we're in the second round. So we get to deal with Denver or OKC. So don't know who I'd rather play, but they are tied. Or actually, OKC's up 1 right now. And it is going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder. So this one will be a lot tougher, obviously. Shea, and then Wallace, Jalen Williams, Chet, Hardenstein, Trey Johnson. So here we go. Game 1. Goes to OKC. We lose by 2. Not bad. 29 from Chet, 18 from Sharpe. Game 2, they're up 2-0. Game 3. Okay, can we win game 4? Yes, we can. So we have an even series now. So a huge game 5 on the road to start things off. Maluak is now going to get the start for game 5. So let's see how that will go. It would be pretty cool if we made it to the conference finals right now, but OKC is not going to allow it to happen easily. Oh my goodness. We did win game 5, barely by the scrape of our teeth, but we got it done. I honestly thought that was going to go OKC's way, the way it was going. But now we got a game 6 back at home. It would be big time to take advantage of this. We took it at the very back door last second from them. Can we do that again? This time I think they're going to have a bigger... Well, we're going on a run, but OKC might have the... Okay, this got close, but I don't think we're going to get there. Very close one. We got a huge game 7 in round, or a huge game 7 here. So game 7 on the road in OKC. We just won on the road in game 5. So can we do it again in game 7? They have the lead right now, but can we ever make it close? It's a 6-point game with 4 minutes left, but I don't know if we have what it... Okay. Might be a game where we jump into, but now they have an 8-point lead. 4-point lead. Make it close again. No, I don't think we're ever going to get back in it, unfortunately. So it was somewhat of a close game, but we're not quite ready to be that team that goes on and win it all, but we are getting obviously closer to that. So Thunder and Hornets, and the Thunder did go on and win it all, but the fact that we pushed them to 7 obviously gives us a lot of intrigue going into next season. This year, our pick is going to the Bulls, so we got Utah via Cleveland from the Donovan Mitchell trade, and then our pick, like I said, should be going to, in that Pistons pick that we got for Simons, actually ended up at 27. So while it was a cool dream to think that maybe that pick would be good for us, it's not. It would have been awesome to see that in the lottery. But I feel like we keep Garrett Alexander. Things went pretty good with him, so we'll keep him around. And I believe we only had 27, so let's go see what's there for 27. We have Marcus Johnson, Montgomery, Fred Hardy. Let's go ahead and take Marcus Johnson, develop a guard in the background, and boom. So that's done. So now Marcus Johnson, Bernard, and yeah, so we can sign those guys. Player option, Jeremy Grant, fortunately, no surprise, accepts his $36 million player option. But the good thing is we're completely off of it after this year. I believe Scoot needs to be re-signed this offseason. And then Chris Murray, I'll extend the qualifying offer on him, but I don't know. I mean, he averaged, what, 2 points, 29% from 3. So maybe it is time to let Chris Murray just walk. So now we have Scoot. Oh, Kamara's a free agent too. That one's big. So we're going to give Kamara a deal, and then we're going to give Scoot his deal. So the team is getting that expensive point. We'll announce Chris Murray. We can announce these guys as well. So Chris Murray won't be back as a Blazer, but Scoot and Kamara will. So that feels good. So now, is there anything else we want to sign in free agency? Are we good? So we have Scoot, we have Ryan Repair, and then Bernard, and we have a lot of depth at the 2-guard spot right now. Rui and Deni, Avdija, Boozer, and Grant, and then pulling in Maluwak. So I guess it would probably be the power forward spot because we have this. Well, what we could do actually, now that I think about it, we can move Rui to the 4, and we can move Ryan Repair to the 3. So we don't need to sign anybody. So yeah, that's fine. So let's go to player progression. We're going to rock with this again, and my expectation is obviously a championship next year. I definitely think with pushing the Thunder to 7 and they went on to win it all, I mean, we really got close to taking them out. So now here's your rotation going into, or here's your development round. Look at Grant all the way down to a 71 overall. He's making $36 million for us. But like I said, realistically, man, I don't know if the Blazers are going to be able to get rid of that. I think that window has passed, and I think they've held on to him way too long. But maybe Joe Cronin, as I punched the mic, sorry, works his magic or something. I don't know. But my expectation is Grant will probably be on the Blazers for the majority of his contract, if I had to guess. But I could be wrong. So let's go ahead, look at this rotation for this potential championship season we have coming up. Unless if 2K wants to take forever to load. So I guess we'll wait, and I'll show you then. So Power Rank actually has us listed first overall, so obviously expectations are extremely high here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this rotation. So it's Scoot, Kamara, Avdija, Boozer, Klingon, Sharp, which I hope he can get a 6-man nod this year, Maluwak, Rui Hachimura, and Ryan Repair. So we'll leave the rotation pretty much the same. Only thing that's changed is Chris Murray is no longer the last guy on the bench, is instead Ryan Repair. So we're off to a 4-1 start. Like I said, expectations are extremely high this season. I think a championship be coming to Portland this year, but we shall see if my hunch is correct. Feels like every single video, Nikola Jokic is always ending up on the Warriors, and he wins MVP for them. Mikael Brown, also Rookie of the Year. Collier's your 6-man. Wemby Defensive Player. Darius is your Most Improved. And wait, did I already look at the 6-man award? I probably did. So it was Isaiah Collier, so I did say that. Is Shaedon Sharpe even in? Why is it? I could actually make Jokic the 6-man. That doesn't even make sense. Whatever. I guess Sharp will not get a 6-man award. I was hoping for it, but it doesn't happen. So Jokic, Doncic in Chicago, Wemby still, and then obviously Flags in Utah. All NBA second team. And we do get Deni Avdija and Cameron Boozer make All NBA third team. So that's exciting. So we got Deni Avdija averaging 25. Efficiency is almost 50, 40, 90, which is great. So yeah, the Blazers haven't had a good forward or a superstar forward since Aldridge, probably, if you really think about it. But we had 25 from Deni Avdija, 22 from Sharp. How does that not get 6-man of the year, dude? That's insane. Scoot with 21, 19 from Boozer, and then 8 rebounds, obviously, as well. 11 and 8 from Maluwak. But, dude, that's crazy. I can't believe Sharp didn't get a 6-man. Nah, that would have been awesome. But, all right. In round 1, we draw the Houston Rockets. So let's see if we can't beat them. We do not have to deal with the Thunder yet on this side of the bracket. We obviously had them last year on our side, but now we can play the Houston Rockets, so we'll see how this goes. So I'm going to come around against Houston, and we drop game 1, and now we're up 3-2. We beat them in 6. Okay, so it's a little nerve-wracking, but we take care of them. And now we get to play the Golden State Warriors, who have Jokic, but they don't have Stephen Curry anymore. They do have Jalen Green, though, so we'll see how this goes. So Jalen Green and Jokic as their star duo. Game 1, we blew them out. Boozer were 28 and 13, and then, yeah, pretty good. So game 2 goes to us, blew them out again. And is Jokic going to get back in the series? He does. We kind of had to expect that Jokic wasn't going to go down just without a fight. So, all right. Game 5 in Portland. We made it to round 2 last year. Fell short of getting to the conference finals. So can we get back there for the first time since 2019? And we will win. Oh, it got close. We win game 5. Okay. So now for game 6. OKC is awaiting us, so we can maybe get revenge against them if we take care of business here. But a game 7 could be happening unless we go on a run here, which it's not going to happen. We're making it close a little bit, but a game 7 is happening. Do we lose 2 game 7s in a row in the second round? We're at home this time. Let's see if Jokic has what it takes. Can we take care of business here? This is closer than I would want it to be. and we're going to lose game 7 2 years in a row in the second round. Damn, that sucks. Okay, so we got Warriors go on to win it all. And again, the team we lost in the second round went on to win the championship. All right, well, I think it's safe to say we run this back one more year, and I think we have Grant off our books completely. So that's going to be another... Ooh. Oh, okay. That Bucks pick from the Damian Lillard trade turned into #1 overall. And low-key, that trade is actually looking pretty good for us. As much as I hated to trade Damian Lillard away, the Bucks could be on the decline. Obviously, time will tell what it turns into. But Giannis, there's a lot of speculation about Giannis potentially leaving the Bucks this offseason, obviously, if they fail in the playoffs. And there could be a possibility that does happen. I mean, I don't think we fire our coach just because we've gone to the second round twice and just got so close. But we have the #1 overall pick. So we're in the 2028 draft at this point. So I don't know much about the guys at this point, but I think we'll probably take Baba. I don't know if that's how you say it, but let's see what his ceiling is. Hall of Fame. Floor as a starter. All right, well, welcome to the Blazers. 6'9" guard from Maryland, so we'll definitely take that. And then last was, a last pick in the draft, which we don't care about. So an 80 overall right out of the gate. So he's also 6'9". So might even take over for Ryan Repair. So we're going to, yeah, so he's going to play right away, I think. Bernard, and yeah, so we're going to let those guys go. I do believe, yeah, Klingons needs a contract this offseason. So the team, again, but thankfully, ooh, whoa, look at Deni Avdija's contract expectations. So I forgot that his contracts come off the books. So yeah, Deni Avdija, and then Klingon, and we'll probably have to let Rui walk, honestly. So, wait, what? Deni Avdija decided to sign with the Bucks? I can't. He's the theme of the video. He can't leave me. What are we doing, Deni Avdija? I thought I had that in the bag. I was like, not even sweating it. He's not here either. Well, he's the theme of the video, so he's coming back. I don't care. But that's hilarious that he just left me like that. So, we'll bring Deni Avdija back. But we'll also move... We're going to have to move Repair or this Baba due to the power forward. I mean, he's 6'9", so he could probably take care of it, right? Yeah, so he's going to go to power forward, I guess, as a rookie. We'll bring back Deni Avdija, and we should have a full rotation. But damn, that's annoying that he left us. Okay. But I know where your loyalty lies now, Deni Avdija. Okay. I'm going to go get him back, and I will see you guys at the end of next season because, man, am I expecting a championship next year. So still no 6th man of the year for Shaedon Sharpe, but we do get executive and coach of the year. As you can see, we went 70-12. So Garrett Alexander has been phenomenal for us other than bringing home a championship. And we also have not made it to the conference finals either. Boozer is on your All-NBA second team. And then Deni does not make unfortunately does not make an All-NBA team again. It was cool to see him on here last year. But Baba does make all-rookie first team. Wow, 11 points, 44% from 3. He's from Maryland. Is he already playing right now? Damn. Don't know much about him, but we're the first seed in the West. So player stats, we had 24, 21, 21, and then 19. So again, scoring has been spread around, and the expectation is a championship. So let's see if it finally happens for us. We get to play Phoenix in round 1 with Devin Booker, Moses Moody, Eason, Khalil Ware, Caleb Wilson, and Obi Toppin. So we come around, and we sweep them. And now we get to play the Pelicans. So we did beat earlier, if I remember correctly. They have Jalen Wells. So Zion, Trey Murphy, and Herb Jones are just all gone. Or I guess Herb Jones come off the bench now. Trey Murphy, and he is too. So Zion's just gone. So, okay. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to them. Game 4 goes to us. Do we finally make it to the conference finals? We do. And now we get to play the team that beat us in 7 last year. Jokic and the Warriors, who have had some guys develop for them a little bit. But I'm hoping we can get revenge against them. So game 1 goes to them. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to them. So we cannot afford to go down 3-1 if I had to guess. We tie it. Yes, we do. 3-2. Yes. Beat them in 6. Yes, we're in the finals. Okay. Charlotte and Toronto, and it will be the Raptors. So Will Riley is the finals MVP for the Raptors, and we get to play Jasper Johnson, RJ Barrett, Zach Edey, Brady Dick, Brandon Ingram, Emmanuel Quickley. So it's a pretty good team in Toronto. But obviously, we have a very good team as well. So here goes nothing. Game 1 goes to us. Beat them by 26. Game 2 goes to them. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to them. All right. We got a very close series thus far. So Game 5 in Portland. Obviously, it would be great to win this one. And it looks like they may take it from us. We're going to have to win 2 straight. And that puts us in a very dangerous territory, but let's see if we can make it happen. Is there anybody we want to kick out of rotation? Not, I mean, I guess we can go 8-man rotation for these last 2 games and see if that does anything for us. The game 6 on the road in Toronto. Can we come out of here with the victory and force the game 7 to happen? We have the lead right now, but they're on our tails, and we will hang on. So game 7 is happening in Toronto. Actually, this is one's in Portland, obviously. This is to win 2 straight and bring a championship to the Blazers. It's looking good right now, and I think we took care of business. So it was scary hours there for a second, but it will end off with a championship for your Portland Trailblazers. So I'm going to end it off that note, guys. If you want to watch the championship celebration, feel free to stick around. Thank you all for watching. Deni Avdija. I really hope he does become the star for the Blazers next season. I do think that is something that could happen. Thank you all for watching. Crushables. I'm saying peace.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.